Hello, everyone, and welcome to Women Taking the Lead. This is our Power Half Hour, where every Tuesday we meet for 30 minutes to connect with other women leaders across Washington and the country. And we learn something new. Today, we are super excited to have our featured guest, Eileen Smith, who is a renowned public speaking coach and who is a former diplomat and has been featured in many articles and quoted in articles and magazines for her skills in helping others become better at speaking. She also serves our community and has helped many in Women Taking the Lead present, moderate, and become better at what they do. So with that, I would like to introduce Eileen Smith to help us learn how to give a great elevator pitch. Eileen, thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. I am absolutely delighted to be here with you. As Ashley said, I am a public speaking coach. A few years ago, I finished my career in diplomacy, where I spoke in venues all around the world. I have spoken to advocacy groups and international organizations. I've addressed members of Congress and the press. More importantly, in this context, when I was senior advisor to the Deputy Secretary of State, I coached her for speeches at the State Department, the United Nations, and the White House. This was her idea. She said, you know, you could do this professionally. At the time, I didn't give it any more thought. I was fully engaged in my State Department career. But when I started to think about what to do after, I realized I've been doing this my entire life. I remember coaching my college roommates for interviews. So I began to study. I wanted to have an intellectual background to go with my natural instincts. I studied public speaking, executive presence, and body language, because these are skills that will affect the success of every organization's mission and the trajectory of every person's career. Every engagement you have, whether it's a podium, a virtual speech, a media interview, a panel, a presentation, a business pitch, even a staff meeting or meeting a new contact for the first time, every engagement is an opportunity to establish credibility and advance your message. We are going to practice our elevator pitch today. You will learn some skills, have an opportunity to practice them, and you can put them to work for you immediately. We will dive right in. I'm going to take a moment here to share my screen.
That's great.
Marvelous. We will talk for about 10 minutes about some skills. Then we will do the exercise. You will go into separate Zoom rooms with just a few people so you can practice your elevator pitch and get some feedback. Then we will come back together to talk about what you have learned. Before we dive into that, I am trying to find the bright side of this pandemic and the quarantine. I'm calling it COVID positives. For me, a few positive things have been, it's good for the environment. And also, it's been good. So I love the traffic. It's also given me an opportunity to visit some clients in person at their houses. I've gone to their homes, sit out on their back deck or on their lawn to coach them in person, which has been a really nice change for me. Usually I meet with people in their offices. I also have done extensive coaching online, which I did before and I'm doing even much more of now. I'd love if you want to write into the chat box some COVID positives, some good things that you have found about this time. I'll give a moment for that. Oh, yep, I see. Yes, family time for sure. Gardening, yes. Oh, somebody got a new puppy. Excellent. That's great timing for that. Thank you. It is important to me, most certainly, to focus on the positives in this mess that we are in. I'd like to start out talking about executive presence. This is Sylvia Ann Hewlett. She is the head of the Center for Talent Innovation. Her organization did a big study funded by all kinds of corporations that wanted to identify that it factor, that leadership factor, that thing that makes people identify someone as a person who is on their way up, as a person who people want to listen to. She identified gravitas, which is what you know and how you talk about what you know, communication skills, which we are working on right now, and appearance. Appearance is fascinating. There is a study by Harvard Medical School and Massachusetts General Hospital that found that people form their first impressions in 250 milliseconds. That is 1/4 of a second. People have already formed their first impression of your credibility, likability, and trustworthiness based on clothes, grooming, and body language. Her book is called Executive Presence: The Missing Link Between Merit and Success. That speaks volumes to me because it says it's not enough to be good at what you do. It's not enough to have strong skills. You must also project the image of a leader in order to maximize the trajectory of your career. This is one way to work on your executive presence, work on confidence. This is power posing. This woman is Amy Cuddy. She is a professor at Harvard Business School. Her study found that people who stand in a powerful position, like this one, for just 2 minutes ahead of a panel interview will be significantly more likely to be chosen by the panel than someone who has not stood in a powerful position. You can do this ahead of anything. It's very easy right now. If you're getting ready to go on a video conference, it's easy to stand in a powerful position like this, or even the victory pose ahead of an event. When you're on, you can most certainly do hands on hips or one hand down if you feel more comfortable with that. This is the body sending messages of power to the brain. Keep in mind that it's completely normal to be nervous. We want to project confidence on the outside. Eye contact when you are with people is a completely different thing from eye contact on a video conference. On the screen, every part of me wants to look at my box on the screen. I want to look at the boxes of other people in the video conference, but that causes me to be looking down. To make eye contact on a video conference, look directly into the camera lens. Now we're ready to start talking about our elevator pitch. The first thing you want to do when you introduce yourself, a lot of people want to say, this is my name, title, and organization. But you need to have a conversation starter. You need to have somewhere for the conversation to go. So we were talking about, for example, for Ashley, she can say, hi, I'm Ashley Wilson. I'm a vice president at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and I have been so fortunate to put together an astonishing group of women leaders in business, women taking the lead. That gives you something to hang a conversation on. Then, to establish credibility, what is it about you? Talk about your life experience, work experience, education. What is it about you that makes me want to listen to you on this topic? Then tell me why it matters. What's important about this? Why should I care about your issue, your range of expertise? And then finally, if the conversation is going well, you like this person, you feel like this could be a useful connection for you, don't let the person just walk away. Ask for something that is easy to say yes to. Generally, we're talking about a business card. Hey, could I get your card? I'd like to connect on LinkedIn. Or when we're back around people again, you could ask for coffee or lunch. It all depends on the context, who the person is, how the conversation went. Make sure you are asking them for something that is easy to say yes to. I will give you an example. You heard my more detailed introduction up front. Now I'll say hi. My name is Eileen Smith. I'm a public speaking coach. A few years ago, I finished my career at the State Department, where I spoke in venues all around the world. I have spoken to advocacy groups and international organizations. I've addressed members of Congress and the press. More importantly, in this context, when I was senior advisor to the Deputy Secretary of State, I coached her for speeches at the State Department, the United Nations, and the White House. This was her idea, that I become a public speaking coach. Now I coach business executives, think tank experts, and university students in public speaking, executive presence, and body language. If you are interested, I would love to set up a phone call or a Zoom meeting to talk about your goals for yourself and your organization and how I could help you accomplish them. Now we will move into our exercise. Ashley is going to push a button that will magically move everybody into Zoom breakout rooms.
Great. Well, thank you, Eileen, and we'll see you in the breakout room.
Excellent. Welcome back. That seemed like a really useful exercise. People were engaging with each other in small groups. I saw some people were even helping each other try to figure out what was their soft ask. It's a great opportunity for you to practice the skills that we have talked about today. If you are interested, I would love to be in touch with you. My contact information is right here on the screen. I would be delighted to talk about your goals and how I might be able to help you accomplish them. These are skills that affect the success of every organization's mission and the trajectory of every person's career. Ashley, thank you so much for having me today. I have really enjoyed working with this group.
Thank you, Eileen, for a wonderful presentation. I'm already getting texts from people saying that was fantastic. I love my breakout group. We would love to welcome you back at a future time for more details on how to advance our careers. But in the meantime, Women Taking the Lead, I'll see you next week. And thank you, Eileen.
Thank you very much. This has been fabulous.
Goodbye.
Bye.